Flossmas, day 15. It is now officially where I live here in Eastern time zone. Halfway through the month. It's more than halfway through the month. We are now on the downward slope towards 2021. I hope you're all having a great day, like I say every single day. I am Gerald, Gerald Stitcher. You can find me here on YouTube as well as on Instagram at the same name with periods in between each word, ginger.gerald.stitcher. I am also on Etsy, and right now every pattern that I sell during the month of December is going $1, one US dollar is going towards the Philadelphia Zoo to help them cope with some of their financial struggles as they are dealing with the pandemic just like we are. The animals are in just as big of a need as humans are as far as taking care of them, feeding them, etc. So if you haven't checked out my Etsy store yet, go check it out. It will be linked below. And I am tongue twisting myself and I don't know why. It is getting ready for a big storm coming through the Northeast tomorrow into Thursday. My head is telling me that because I'm starting to get the pre-storm headaches. So I'm expecting a migraine to come on. I'm feeling a little like blurry-eyed and nauseous at the moment, but I know it's a migraine, not COVID. So fingers crossed everything goes well. I think once I relax here after I get settled here at home, I will feel a lot better. I don't know what's going to happen, but you know, many of you know the struggles of migraines as you have told me in the comment section in the past videos. So I feel for you if you're feeling the same as I am and you're in the Northeast. I think we are right now projected to get roughly 5 to 8 inches of snow in my area. It's changing like every 2 minutes. So I am not getting my hopes up for anything. Because I always get my hopes up and then they get shattered because the weathermen are always wrong. Weather and women. So I am not really hoping for anything. To be honest, I don't know what I want, if I want a big storm or not, because I still have to go to work regardless. We will not be having a school snow day because we are 100% remote. So I'm just taking it as it is. And I'm rambling on about a storm. So let's go ahead and get started with the progress that I do have, which is not a whole lot. So of course, every day I do have a little bit of knitting progress. Last night while I was playing my computer game, I decided to pull out my blanket. So this is my blanket, or as I call it, Afghan. And this is knit with 100% acrylic yarn from Hobby Lobby in the color Sun Gold. There it is. It is I Love This yarn from Hobby Lobby. A nice durable yarn that I think is going to last for a long time. I like my blankets that are knit in acrylic because they last so long. I have many blankets from my grandmother that were crocheted using Red Heart yarn, and I love every single one of them, and they last me forever. I have ones from whenever I was a small kid and they still look like they were just made yesterday. So here is the size of my blanket so far. It is extremely large. I wouldn't even be able to get it into the screen. I'm trying to make it as long as I am tall, so at least 6 feet. However, I'm hoping it's a little bit longer because I like a nice big blanket that I can cover up, because whenever I cover up, I like to be covered up all the way up to my neck. So here is what I'm doing. It is a basket weave style blanket that I found the pattern for free on Web's website, webs.com. It is a free pattern. It then has a border that matches, that goes around the entire outside, that you pick up the stitches and then knit on. I'm going to knit that in, guess what color, because this is gold, black. It's actually like a gray, like a cobblestone gray. But there is the project so far. I knit 1 row, so basically 1 row of repeats. So it's actually a 12-row repeat, and I did 6 of that because each one of these is 6 rows. Each, square is 6 rows. So I did 1 row last night. It took me like 3 hours because I was also playing my computer game. So just as things would slow down and I had to wait for the game to settle in or, you know, do its thing, then I would knit a few stitches. So there is my blanket so far. I'm really looking forward to that. I have this skein to finish and I have one more yellow skein to finish. I'm using up all of my skeined yarn that I purchased for a blanket, and then I will wrap that off and then bind that off and then pick up the stitches for the border. So there you go. That is my knitting from last night. My yellow gold blanket. As promised, I did pull out the design that I stitched on 46 count linen. It's a linen. Keep forgetting that I only ever stitched up to 40 on even weave. So this is a 46 count Rocky Mount. I think it's called Rocky Mountain from XJU Designs or XJU Designs on Etsy. I've talked about her for the last couple weeks. You can find her linked in some of my videos. Here is the project that I wanted to show you. So this is, let's see, can I get a good picture that is all of it? There we go. This is By the Bay Needle Art, 13th Bay Colony, parts 1, 2, and 3. I did all 3 as one big panorama on 46 count Rocky Mountain, which I think looks amazing with as the sky. So that is the piece. The entire piece of fabric looks like this. So I still have a good bit of linen that I can go ahead and put something else on up here at the top. I am going to get this framed. I just haven't done that yet. I haven't decided how I'm going to get, like what kind of frame I want to use for this. So there we go. That is my Rocky By the Bay Needle Art, 13th Bay, 13th Colony Bay, 13th Colony Bay, 13th Bay Colony. Something like that. 13th Colony Bay. I know all 3 of those words are in it. It's just I'm not sure what the order of those words are. I love this piece. I love stitching every bit of this piece except for the large trees because they took forever. But I think it looks amazing and I absolutely love the final product. This is stitched on the 46 count, one strand of floss, one strand of DMC floss over the 2 strands of fabric. And here we go. I'll give you a little bit of a close-up. There is part 3. Part 2. Actually, there's part 2 and part 1. Love, 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 love this piece. The only thing I did not stitch on this design, that because I didn't really like it, was because I wanted a gloomy sky look. There is a giant sun that goes right here. I decided to omit that because I didn't really think it fit in with the overcast kind of day that this fabric kind of alludes to. So there we go. 46 count linen. So I spoke about my 40 count linen, and now this is my 46 count linen that I've worked on before. Love 46 count linen. I have a few pieces of 46 count in the drawer that I'm really looking forward to stitching. Just not sure what I'm going to put on them. So there we go. 46 count. Now, the stitching that I did this last night, I actually did do some stitching. I yesterday thought, oh, I'm not going to do anything at all. Well, I ended up being up until like 1 a.m. because I just didn't want to go to bed. So I did a little bit of stitching. First off, I put a few stitches into my railroad crossing. Don't want to lose that. So there we go. The railroad crossing sign. That is what I'm... Where am I at? Why do I always get this wrong? That is what I'm working on right there. It's actually going to be a lot bigger than it looks like, but it is, I really like the design. This is a book from 1983 called Railroading Book 2. And here is my progress so far. So I went ahead and worked on more of gray, gray, and gray. On a 14 count gray, I don't know what the exact name of, linen, or not linen, 14 count Ada from Hobby Lobby. Same fabric that I use for my most recent designs that I published that you can find in my Etsy store. So that is the 14 count Ada. And as you can see, before I had the two dark grays right here complete, and all I did was a little bit of this piece and this little box of gray. So two more colors of gray. This is a monochrome design except for the red, so it's going to be a lot of gray. So there we go. And I really like it so far. Quick stitch. I could have easily done more, but I didn't. Because it's not going to take me long to stitch up this design. I'll probably have it done this weekend. And then the other thing, I even stitched some more than that. So here is the other piece that I stitched on. Of course, it's the Queen Sampler Elizabeth I from Plum Street Samplers. I've been working on this pretty much every day for the last week. It is now going to be put away for a little bit because I've made it to a very good spot. So here is the piece that I'm doing. I already had the words done and the majority of the dress. And I have Queen Elizabeth complete. So last night I went ahead and stitched the white. No, the white was done. So I stitched her hair, the red in these like wing type things, part of her dress, and then I was going to put it away. And then I was sitting there and probably like 20 minutes went by and I kept looking at it. I was like, I can't end there. I have to finish Elizabeth. So I went ahead and did the crown. So there we go. The crown with Elizabeth. All done. So the middle section of this design is 100% complete. So all I have left to do now is the giant border. So what I'm going to do is put this away for now, and I'm going to work on some other things, and then maybe later on in the month I will pull this out. This is knit. This is stitched on a, I was going to say 17, and that is totally wrong. This is stitched on a 40 count linen called Old Linen from XJU Designs. My favorite dyer. Not that there aren't wonderful, great other dyers out there. I just love her fabrics. And it's stitched 1/2. So one strand of DMC floss over the two strands of the fabric. I am using the DMC for this, even though it does also call for NPIs. So you could definitely use the NPI silks. I just, for this small of a pattern, I'm going to use the DMC because I have all the DMC colors, and why not? So there we go. Those are the two pieces of stitching that I did last night. So I do have some plans to talk to you about today. I'm not a huge planner. I don't like to plan a lot, but I do have some major stitching going on tonight as I have my weekly stitching date set up. So I am going to be working on, I decided to pull out my Teresa Wentzler Millennium. So there is what it will look like when it is all done. And just to give you a little bit of a clue as to where I'm at so far, remember I completed those 3 colors of blue, and there it is. This is on the called for fabric that came in the kit. This is a kit that I purchased off of eBay. I know you can still find the design, the pattern itself online with other Teresa Wentzler patterns, but I don't believe the kit is not easily found at this time. So I did find it on eBay. You might be able to find a kit. This kit is from 2000, and this is on a 28 count even weave. So it's like a cream, mushroomy cream, like a yellowy cream Ada. It's kind of being washed out right now. So my big plans for tonight are that there are some blended threads that get worked all in through these spots here and here and here and here. So I'm going to work on those blended blues and hopefully maybe get another color done. I'm trying to color complete in this section as we go. So that is my plans for tonight. So I have a couple hours of stitching ahead of me tonight, and I'm really looking forward to getting this one out. I was thinking about pulling this out for a couple days now, and now that I'm at a good place to stop for the Queen sampler, I'm going to pull out Millennium and work on it for a little bit. I do have some filming plans for this weekend. I'm looking forward to getting to showing you some other things. I'm also preparing my plans for 2020, and they're going to be pretty exciting. So I'm looking forward to talking to you guys about what I have in the works for, not 2020. 2020 is over. There's like no more planning for 2020. 2021. I do have some major plans ready for 2021, along with some resolutions I'm going to share with you later on in the month. So with that, I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Happy Flossmas Day 15. It is halfway through the month. Can't believe that. And we have another 15 more days. 16. We have 16 more days because I'm doing Flossmas all the way through New Year's Eve. So maybe even New Year's Day. Who knows? So I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope you stick around with me throughout the rest of the month. I love reading all of your comments. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and commenting on all the videos. And as always, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Enjoy your stitching, enjoy your crafting, your knitting, your diamond painting, your crocheting, whatever you enjoy doing while we talk. I didn't make any coffee today because I have a headache, but maybe we'll have coffee tomorrow together. Until I see you tomorrow, happy crafting, as I've said 15 times in this episode. And as always, don't forget to always be creative.